Would you let somebody verbally disrespect you? Just walk up to you and just say all types of mean, nasty, vile, disrespectful things to you, to your face? Well, if you answer no to that question, I got another question for you. Why are you allowing yourself to talk to yourself that way? Because in each and every one of our minds, I believe that we have two things. We either have a coach or we have a critic. And if you remember back in the day, the old cartoons where it had the angel and the devil sitting on the shoulders, and a lot of times the most important conversations that we have aren't with other people. The most important conversations that we have are the conversations that we have with ourselves. And so today I want to talk to you about, are you a coach or are you your worst critic? And so when we think about the coach and the critic relationship within our mind, we have to understand the dynamics of that. The critic drains your energy because it's constantly pointing out your flaws, your faults, and your failures. It's the voice in your head that's always saying, you did this wrong, you did that wrong. And it's never being able to move past those things. It always highlights the negative things. But the coach, on the other hand, the coach charges your battery so that you'll never give up. The coach is like that Energizer bunny. It just keeps going and it keeps going and it keeps encouraging you and it's finding the positive things. It chooses to find a reason to be optimistic. It chooses to find a reason to have gratitude. It looks about and sees the good and it encourages you and you encourage yourself. You encourage yourself to keep going when things get difficult. You encourage yourself to keep going when you could be frustrated and give up. The critic uses fear as fuel. But when we use fear as fuel, fear burns out quickly. The coach, on the other hand, uses purpose as fuel. And when we use purpose as fuel, purpose is inexhaustible. Purpose is infinite. Purpose is something that is always going to charge us up, that's going to give us life, that's going to give us vitality, and it's going to give us the energy to complete the task at hand. If your self-talk is not giving you the energy to get things done, that's not self-talk, that's self-sabotage. And a lot of people are sabotaging their success before they can even take action. They're talking themselves out of the things that can improve their life. They're talking themselves out of the changes that they need to make because they feel like, because they're listening to their critic more than they're listening to their inner coach. And that inner dialogue is absolutely critical if we're going to have a level of success, if we're going to sustain that success within our life. So many people allow their critic to talk to them in ways that they wouldn't allow anyone else to talk to them. So many people allow their inner critic to talk to them in ways that they wouldn't even talk to their friends or anyone else. And it's important for us to give ourselves the grace. And when we start giving ourselves the grace, our coach overrides the critic. When we look at the critic is always obsessed about what's going wrong. The critic hyper focuses on the negative. It focuses on what's going wrong. But the coach says, listen, we can learn from what went wrong and we can improve it and we can make it better. The coach is always seeking to improve. It's always seeking to build you up. It is never tearing yourself down. And so many people are tearing themselves down through the conversations that they have in their head. And it's important for you, for me, for us to begin to have the coach to be the one that's going to be speaking to us. We need to have the coach to be the dominant voice in our head. The critic is the spectator in the crowd that's always booing. If you ever been to a game, the ones that's always booing, the ones that are always talking junk to the players that are on the coach, that are on the court, or that are on the field, that is your inner critic. But the coach is the one on the sideline with you, encouraging you, telling you, let's do this. Let's try this better. Let's go about this a different way. How can I seek to improve in the situations that I'm in? We want to start leaning towards the coach. It's easy to sit back and to judge yourself. It's easy to sit back and to be negative about yourself. But it takes a person who is concerned about themselves that is going to be the coach. We have to learn to coach ourselves, because when we begin to coach ourselves, we can coach ourselves through difficulty. When we begin to coach ourselves, we can coach ourselves through disappointments. And when we begin to coach ourselves, we can coach ourselves through the dark times in our life, because life ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's going to be some tough seasons. And sometimes you won't have someone to call on. You have to encourage and you have to coach yourself. And so, Cannon, you may be asking, so what do I do? How do I spot whether I'm being the coach or whether I'm being the critic in my mind? Here's 2 ways to begin to spot whether you've been the coach or the critic. The critic is always saying never and always. The critic is going to speak to you in absolute terms. You never do this right. You never get that right. You always make this mistake. You always fall short. This is always you. This is going to be you forever. You've been this way for all this time in your life, and you're not going to change. But the coach, on the other hand, the coach speaks next and now. The coach says, listen, it may be this way now, but what's next is better than what it is now. The coach is telling you there is a next level if you're willing to grind, if you're willing to put in the work and the effort. The coach is saying right now, we can improve. We can't change the past. We can't change what happened. Yes, you did do those things previously, but now we're working towards something bigger. And if we can get our minds active in the now, we can build ourselves and we can coach ourselves to the next. Don't allow your critic to keep you from getting to your next level. And it's absolutely important that we allow our coach, that we focus in on the coach. The critic is going to be on this side, nagging, finding fault, telling you all the things that you do wrong and the things that you can't do. The coach is going to be on this side, encouraging you, empowering you, and speaking those words that are going to fuel you to help you move forward. I need you to coach yourself. I need you to stop being the critic, and I need you to coach yourself. Tap the like and follow button for more content that's going to help you move forward faster. And as always, you're one commitment away from elevating your life to your next level. I'm Coach Cannon, and I'm committed to progressing forward.